As an organic gardener and ecological steward, pesticides are not a part of my practice, but after 17 years of nonstop vegetable cultivation, some pests became a challenge. Whether it was flea beetles on brassicas, cucumber beetles on cucurbits, or less visibly the evil sweet potato weevil and the ever sinister squash vine borer moth, crop rotation in my backyard garden was proving ineffective, so I knew I had to restore the balance in my ecosystem somehow. That's when I turned to a tiny but mighty biological garden control, and in this video I'll demonstrate how to apply beneficial nematodes. I'm Scott from New Garden Road, always out here to inform, inspire, and elevate you. Encouraging biodiversity and restoring habitat is my mission, one garden at a time. So a little bit about biological controls in general. Unlike pesticides, these don't actually take things out of the ecosystem. They work within the ecosystem. And I think that this is a key detail because if you go in there and you take something away, something is going to take its place, or nature is going to try to fill that void somehow. While you may have heard of nematodes before, it may have been the bad nematodes, the root knot nematodes to be exact. These are no good for the home gardener, but they are the tip of the iceberg when it comes to nematodes. There are so many more beneficial nematodes out there that already exist in healthy soil, and in this case, we're adding them into the mix to help us out. These beneficial nematodes are simply microscopic roundworms, and they're predators of many common soil-borne pests, such as fleas and fire ants. Under the right conditions, they do a great job of reducing and balancing pest populations in our gardens. I really wanted to try applying them in my garden for the longest time, but I had a little bit of intrepidation around the process because there are several steps involved. You get this package of microscopic roundworms and you can't really see what's going on, and you got to put it out there full faith that it's going to come back around and help you out. Well, I finally did it, and I got to say that a year after application, this has made a dramatic improvement in my garden. Some of the key culprits that were building up season after season were cucumber beetles and flea beetles. After one application of beneficial nematodes, I barely saw a handful of cucumber beetles the following year, and I'm into my second year after this application, and I still didn't see very many this season. I saw a few, and I had an outbreak of flea beetles a few weeks ago. Now, it's probably time for me to reapply some nematodes because you need to do that periodically, but I feel reasonably assured that these did their job for me. I really don't know how to explain it any other way. When you go from one extreme where cucumber beetles are on all the flowers of your cucurbits, your melons, your cucumbers, and you're not getting much pollination as a result of that, or they're just, digging into some of your fruit, it really became a problem, and I didn't think that I could do much about it because I was very reluctant to spray anything like spinosad or even insecticidal soap. I just don't want to spray those in my garden because I see so many beneficial insects. I don't want to harm them. So going in this direction with a biological control makes a lot of sense because, again, you're adding something into the mix, namely predators. And that's what these pest insects need, something to come along and put them in check. Now I want to share with you the unboxing and mixing of these nematodes. I sourced mine from Arbico Organics, and I ordered the Triple Threat Combo Pack. This combination of 3 different nematodes provides comprehensive control of general pest infestations. Mine were shipped with a packet of ice, which had melted by the time that it arrived, but I was able to get that package in a timely manner, and I put them in the refrigerator until I was ready to use them. The recommendation is to use them within 2 weeks of shipment. This is a really easy to mix powder. You just mix it up with some water, and I did use some rainwater that I had collected recently. Early in my gardening journey, I would really get hung up on the use of city water when I was applying biologicals, things like compost tea, compost extract, or these nematodes. But I think that it's just okay to do, and you use what you have. If you have some rainwater, that's probably the best thing to use. If you want to be really particular and go out and get some spring or distilled water, by all means do it. But in the end, use whatever you got. There are some different ways that you can apply these. A sprayer will offer the most efficient application. If you're applying them to the lawn, a hose-in sprayer is probably ideal for this, but I went with a pump-up sprayer or a pressurized sprayer. And this is something that I use on a regular basis in my garden to apply liquid seaweed or other nutrients, compost extracts. You could apply them with a watering can, but it's not likely to go as far as it will when you use one of these sprayers. Whenever I'm loading treatments into a sprayer like this, I like to use a paint filter or something similar to keep any of the larger particles or dirt out of the mix. But I will say these packets of nematodes dissolved pretty easily into the water, so there really wasn't a whole lot to get in the way. And per recommendations, I did remove the uptake filter from my pump sprayer. This package of nematodes was more than I really needed to cover my entire garden and my container plantings, but you don't have to worry about overdoing it. Recently, Arbico has come out with a product called Nematac encapsulated beads. These come in a shelf-stable, dissolvable medium that doesn't require refrigeration. These are really convenient and ideal for smaller scale applications and container gardening. If you enjoy this content, consider joining my Patreon and supporting the work that I'm doing to raise awareness around ecological gardening through stories like these. Thank you. Beneficial nematodes are optimally applied in cooler times of year. Here in Central Texas, it's the middle of December, and this is a great time for this application because recently we've had some rain, there's some moisture in the soil, and the temperatures are consistently in the 60s and 70s. But this does lead us to some important considerations for site preparation. Nematodes will work best when they're applied directly to your garden soil. This means you can't have any mulch in the way, so removing that mulch is going to be a chore, and you want to do it in between plantings if you're a vegetable gardener. And if soil conditions are on the dry side, be sure to give a nice slow soaking to your garden ahead of application. After you've done that and you're ready to apply, you might be thinking, okay, how much do I apply? How much am I going to need? This is where we need to do a test pass. You're going to load up your sprayer or however you are applying these nematodes and practice going over the entire area in which you want to apply the nematodes and see how many times do you have to fill up your applicator until you've covered everything. For example, I'm using a 2-gallon pressurized sprayer to apply these in my garden. If it takes me 4 gallons to evenly distribute a solution over the entire planting area, then that means that I need to split up my nematodes into 2 applications. Likewise, if it takes you 4 or 6, you're going to have to break it up accordingly. And this does require that you use your eyeball. You can measure it out however you want to do it, but you're going to need to break it up so that you can cover all the territory that you want to cover. You don't want to apply nematodes in the middle of a warm, sunny day. You want to choose either early morning hours when it's nice and cool, or the evening would be a good alternative as well. Initially, I got hung up on this process because I thought, when is my garden going to be ready to receive this application? Meaning, if I'm gardening year-round, I always have things planted out. So that does take some strategy, but overall, when it comes down to this process in general, I think you should just go for it. Do the best you can and learn from the process. I am much more comfortable after I've done it just one time, and next go around, I feel like it's going to be really easy. If you're getting some persistent pest issues in the garden, I encourage you to try this out. This is a great alternative over any type of pesticides, even organic pesticides, because organic in nature is a good thing. Our organic certifications are a good thing, but in the end, you can contribute to the imbalance in your garden. If you take out a beneficial insect, who's left to do their job? It's you, the gardener. In Central Texas, we have long, hot, dry summers. These are not conditions suitable for nematodes to survive. So over time, their populations will decrease. You will need to reapply as needed. But consider bringing these allies into the garden and taking on the advantages of working with biological garden controls. Now check out more awesome gardening videos on my channel, like this video, and follow New Garden Road for weekly content. You can grow your own food. Keep it organic.